welcome back to this video, and in this video I will be giving you some information on a persona. So if you're a business analyst, a product analyst, or a product owner, definitely you might have come across personas with your product. So for people who don't know what a persona is and why you need to identify a persona, then this video is for you. It's a very basic video, so let's get into it. So generally when we start off with a product, or we want to build a product for a customer or take it to the market, you need to know what a persona is. So a persona is a frictional or imaginary character. It can be character or characters that are representative of the segment of customers for whom the product is being developed and who will use your product once launched. So look at this example over here. Let's take the personas for an e-commerce application. So here we have like 4 personas. So we have Mark, Katie, Jason, and Sean. So these customers are, or these personas are imaginary. They are not real life characters. And also there is a role that they play with respect to the system of the application, which is the e-commerce. So you have Mark the admin, Katie the customer, you have Jason the delivery rep, and you have Sean the owner. So if you notice this point, a persona, that's a representative of the segment of customers. So the persona is going to portray or represent all similar customers or users. So if you take here of the persona Katie, Katie is a customer, and Katie is the persona representing many customers. So A, B, C, D, E can be customers, and Katie is that persona representing all those customers with all their characteristics, feelings, emotions, etc. So that is what a persona is. Now you might be asking me, why should we actually identify these personas? How is it really helpful in our product? It really has a lot of uses, and here's I'm going to show you that. So here if you see the entire objective, what is the objective of us developing a product? Okay, why do we do it? We do it for in order to make the customers or make users lives much more easier, and mainly to solve a problem for them. So they are having a problem, they have some difficulties, and we are trying to intervene and bring about a solution for them. So definitely you need to know who are the people that you have to provide a solution to. What is actually their problem? So to understand that, definitely you need to check out and identify all the personas of your product. So this helps you to identify who your target audience are and the problem that you are solving. The next one is to empathize with the users and get into their shoes and identify what's their feelings and what they do. So you cannot provide a solution for someone when you really don't know what they feel, what are their difficulties, what actually drives them, what they like about their job. You need to understand everything. For example, unless a doctor understands how are you feeling, what are the symptoms, what have you done, what have you been doing, only then he'll be able to understand what's your problem and provide a solution for that. So it's similar to the same situation. So unless you empathize with the users, you get into their shoes and understand what they are going through, only then you'll be able to provide a better solution. And here's how. So it helps you identify the user's feelings. So when they do a job currently without maybe an application, or even with an application, they might have certain frustrations. They might not be able to perform certain things, which are their pains. And so some irritating factors, repetitive jobs being done when it can be automated. There can be so many factors that bring about, frustrations, pains, and irritating factors, etc. So by identifying these things, you know that those are the things that need to be improved or avoided. Okay, so that's something that you only when you understand your customer, you'll be able to empathize with them and get this information. The next one is you'll be able to understand what a day in the life of the user looks like. So here you'll be able to identify the activities and processes that they go through. For example, you want to understand you want to provide a tool for HR management, payroll management. Only when you understand how a HR, what the jobs a HR does, what are the different activities a HR does, only then you'll be able to create a process flow for that application. So it's the way you understand the entire journey of the user, you'll be able to understand what are all the possible activities and processes that you might need to integrate or implement in your solution you're providing to them. That's one point. Next one is understand what the user would like to achieve or gain. So a role, a HR might want to, manage her recruitments. The HR would want to manage training and development, manage payrolls. So you would know what are all their gains, what they need to achieve. By understanding that, you would be able to provide a solution that helps them to achieve their goals. Okay, so that is something you'll be able to understand when you get into that persona or identify a persona. The next one is understand what the user will love or enjoy as part of doing their work. So when doing their work, definitely they would have some things that would help them out. They would like some assistance, or they would like something that would make their life more easier. So when you understand what are all the things that would satisfy them, you tend to identify all the delights that your solution is supposed to provide to them, which would keep your customers happy, which would want them to stick on to your product. So this is something you'll be able to identify and understand when you identify your personas and start empathizing with them. That's really important. So imagine just by identifying a persona and empathizing with them, you're getting to know what are the areas that need to be improved, what needs to be avoided, what can are the activities or processes that your solution should have, what are the outcomes that your solution is expected to solve or achieve, and what are the delighting factors that would satisfy the customers. This is really, really a lot of information that you can get from personas, and that is why it's very important to understand your personas and how they would be, interacting with your system. What are they expecting? So now, how do you actually now that's really important to identify personas. You know the benefits of it. How do you actually identify them? So there are some ways that you can identify them. So one is by direct interviews with the person going to use the application. So if you're having a client who's coming up to you and saying they have some problems and they want a solution for that, then you can directly interview the people who are needing that application. That's one way of identifying a persona and empathizing with them and understanding the persona. Another way is if you want to provide a solution or understand how similar personas and people are, you can check out social media sites where you have a lot of customer profiles. You know what are their likes, their dislikes. You will tend to understand their feelings. A lot of analysis can be done in that part of social media. Then you have forums, any forums available. You can try connecting with personas, different people, and with sorry not with different personas, you can connect with different people, and understand what are their different what are the different their behaviors, aspects, aspirations, influences, motivations, etc. And you would eventually come up with a persona, similar persona. So customers would be making up a customer persona. Then you would have, maybe admins, depending on your application. So there are also analytical sites that are available. So and on the web, so you can check out analytics and what are the different analytics available for different customer groups or segments. That's available. And also you can discuss with people who would have already interacted with similar people or are having constant interaction. So if you want to provide, for example, a restaurant application, now you can, maybe if you don't have the chance to directly contact the people going to the restaurant, you can contact the waiters, the restaurant owner. You can contact these people in order, because they have an exposure, they would have interacted with customers coming to the restaurant. So definitely they would be able to give you some idea about the different feedbacks they get from customers, what are their pain points, etc. So these are some ways that you can identify your personas and get information about them. So it's really important to identify personas for your product and the project you're working on. You'll get a lot of information, and this is actually the core essence of then purpose of a persona identification and why you need a persona in your product. So I hope this information was informative to you. So if you like this video, please do give this a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do subscribe to this channel and also do share your feedbacks. Thank you.